a NoMoreStinkyMonkeys.com production. There's some spoiler alerts in here. I saw the first showing of The Force Awakens. I think it was available in the United States for the general public at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on December 17th, 2015 on Thursday night. After 25 minutes of previews and seeing the movie to the end of the credits, because my friend was worried there'd be Easter eggs attached to the end, I walked out at 10 p.m. in love with the film. I'd say most of us strangers did, as we exchanged smiles, nods, and even high fives on our way to the bathroom. I saw some things in it that made me pause, but overall I loved it. Why? It brought back the fun to Star Wars movies, something that had been sorely lacking since Empire Strikes Back and onward. That first night, people like myself were cheering and applauding, and most importantly, laughing throughout so much of the film. Sometimes at the same time. The setup to rediscovering the Millennium Falcon was one of those times. I knew from the trailers it would be in the movie, but the way it comes to us still caused chills and even childish excitement. I was 11 when I saw New Hope, a day or two after Christmas in 1977. I'm 49 years old now. Can I tell you I walked out of this show more excited than I did in 1977? Why? Well, I had been fed so much information about the original Star Wars for literally 7 months before I finally got to see it, that in some ways I almost felt like I saw it before. I had no such feelings on December 17th. Was there some similarities between scenes from the original trilogy? Yes. But there were so many new ideas presented that this whole experience felt fresh and new. Rey, the first female main protagonist, refusing to feel like she's being rescued. And forget about Finn being a black stormtrooper. We don't know what the other older stormtroopers look like because they never removed their helmets. No, Finn is the first to have a mind of his own, a conscience. It was so funny. My one friend I went with complained that he reminded him too much of young Han Solo, while my other friend loved that he reminded him of the young Han Solo. So you see why George Lucas ran away and new director J.J. Abrams has his hands full. He has the balance listening to these fans' concerns, but also knowing when to ignore them. You put 100 Star Wars fans in a room and you'll get 100 different ideas on how the story should continue. The main thing everyone seems to agree on is that it didn't suck. That was the first sigh of relief from fans as they wrote about it that opening weekend. There were no stupid or childish characters introduced, no Ewoks or Jar Jar Binks. Children fell in love with these movies from the start, and you don't have to pander to them. The original concept is that these movies were made for anyone who were children at heart. My friends are 51 and 50, and still we all bought the souvenir Coca-Cola cups that came with the Star Wars prize toy on top. Mine sat near the manger underneath my Christmas tree all holiday season. He was like a wise trooper. As for a new character that anyone old or young could fall in love with, well, there was the little droid, BB-8. BB-8 is like the cutest, smartest dog in a movie. There's one fast scene with Finn, which is one of the best parts of the movie. I saw the film again in IMAX in 3D after the New Year, and it really didn't add much to my enjoyment of the film. The story and the buoyant dialogue is what grabs you more than the visual cues. The movie did lack those eye-popping moments that films like Avatar wow us with, but I will take an engrossing, fast-moving film over one that tries too hard to blow our minds every time. And how cool is it that Han Solo got to be in most of the movie? My favorite character from the entire series, hanging out with Chewbacca and being as cool and funny as ever. Listen, big deal. I'm so glad that we don't have to wait 3 years for the next film. A side project is reportedly coming out this year, and Episode 8 will be here for the 40th anniversary of the original in May 2017. I love it. 2015 is the best year for movies in the 21st century. In fact, the best year since 1988, and this is definitely in the top 10 of that mix. It's not a 5-banana film, but definitely 4.5. So may the Force be with you from the Predator.